Welcome to the show. I'm Kathy Ireland. We hear about the health benefits of algae, but one company is turning this super fuel into a superfood. Malcolm James, the CEO of Algae Tech, joins us to share how the company's technology is set to change the way we think about going green. Welcome, Malcolm.
Hi, Kathy, and thanks very much for having me today. I look forward to explaining a little bit about our company.
Well, Malcolm, can you give us an overview of Algae Tech and what makes the company so different?
Okay, in a quick summation, algae is an ancient product. In fact, most of our fossil fuels started from algae many millions of years ago. And we developed a technology to capture CO2, take the nasties out of the environment and out of the atmosphere and produce a biofuel at a relative cost as long as the oil price is around the $60 a barrel. We've now converted that technology into health products. Nutraceuticals, gut health, humans and animals. So we're now producing high DHA, EPA algae full of omega-3s, 6, 9s, antioxidants, etc. And what makes us really different is that we do it in a controlled environment. So we have consistent quantity and quality at a low cost of production, which is really what stands us apart.
The business of algae, it's been around since the beginning of time. Making business out of either renewable fuels or nutraceuticals, I would say, got more prevalence into the 80s, 90s, and the 2000s. A lot of the products out on the market today are watered down. They have lower quality. The consistency of it is not what's on the side of the bottle. So what you see is what you get with our company. So the amount of nutritional content that we're developing and sending out to the key areas is above the market standard.
Here in our Technology Center in Atlanta, Georgia, we focus on algae research, development, and cultivation at various scales. Over the past years since we've started this company, we have cultivated and researched about 100 different algae species, both freshwater and marine species. Then we've characterized them based off of end product uses such as biofuels, nutraceuticals, pet and animal feeds, and aqua feeds.
What we tried to do was develop photoreactor technology that allows us to make algae, produce the algae, extract the oil, we call it green oil, and use it for replacement of biofuels.
Malcolm, how is Algae Tech creating biofuels?
We have developed a process through photobioreactors and photosynthesis, which is one of the oldest technologies in the world, quite simply the sun. And we harness the sun in our photobioreactors. We capture or sequester CO2 from dirty industrial plants, and we grow the algae. And from the algae we extract a biofuel that then can be used for power generation, for fuel in vehicles, transports, etc.
And how do you see this being a global game changer?
I think it's a global game changer in two simple facts. I think if we look at the world as it is now, some of the biggest issues going forward are going to be security of food and security of fuel. And our process can deliver both of those. Algae in itself can be a total food and it can also be a total fuel. Our footprint is a lot smaller than growing algae in open ponds, in fact 10 times smaller. We can do it in a controlled environment using sunlight, so our power usage is very minimal. And we think that's going to be a game changer for the world.
Malcolm, can you tell us about the key markets Algae Tech is targeting?
Outside of biofuels, which at the moment with the global crude oil price are not our focus, it is the animal and human health sectors that we're looking at. And when you take the benefits of algae, which I've just explained, and they can be adapted to animals as well, and you know, we all love our pets, we all love our livestock and we want them all to be healthy. So we'll be targeting those markets. In addition, we're targeting the aquaculture market. Fish farming is becoming more and more important as natural stocks are depleted, but fish farming reduces the amount of fish oils within fish and decreases their health and their vitality. By adding algae back into that process of fish farming, we increase the vitality and the health of the fish and restore them to the normal levels of fish oils that humans are used to enjoying through their diet through fish and fish oil tablets.
And Malcolm, can you describe the research and development that went into this process?
Yeah, it started out in about 2007, and since then we spent about $35 million in research and development. Originally focused on biofuels because of the economic imperative back in the early 2000s. And then we changed it to nutraceuticals and health. We have discovered and developed our own technologies in terms of photobioreactors where we grow the algae. Our LED lighting systems are also proprietary and can be used in a number of plant growing technologies. And our photovoltaics, where we actually capture the sunlight and use that to actually power the plant. So the combination of those three, together with our research on algae species, there's many hundreds of thousands, and we've studied about 300 and determined the best for human and animal health going forward.
And could you tell us about Algae Tech's state-of-the-art growing facility in Atlanta?
Yes, that's where we have been based since day one. We have a facility down there with a state-of-the-art laboratory for research and development, for culturing, for characterisation of the different algae and for quality control. Mm-hmm. We then have our photobioreactors where we grow the algae, we harvest, and then we have a state-of-the-art clean room facility where no human hands touch the algae after it comes out of the process, and it's dried and then packaged and sent off to the various markets.
And Malcolm, how is Algae Tech working with the medical cannabis industry?
That's an interesting one that we've determined through consultation and collaboration that the benefits inherent within algae can actually be very easily mixed with the medicinal benefits out of hemp, but things like CBD oils have been scientifically proven for pain management, pain relief, and in some cases being able, in certain circumstances, to assist with the cure of even cancer. And the combination of the two provides a very powerful health product that we're going to be doing a lot more research and development of, not just in the human aspect, but also in the animal.
One of the key aspects that makes Algae Tech's products very unique is the facility that all of the phytoplankton is grown in. I've never seen a facility of that level of cleanliness. The place is immaculate. What's unique about the products themselves that I've seen is the concentration that they have and the aspect of where there are no diatom fillers in the product itself. It is almost singularly the phytoplankton, and that's it. Additionally, they utilize a salt that we manufacture, which is of the highest purity out there. We have a product called Salinity, which is a salt that they use in production of the phytoplankton. And that salinity is really a core aspect of the quality behind the formulation which they grow in. So those aspects alone, beyond the aspect of the quality product in the actual grow out that they have, really are quite unique in this industry.
You've also developed algae superfoods for humans. Can you share more about that?
With the omegas that are contained in certain species, the antioxidants and the proteins, we are now working to put the algae powders into food supplements, into health bars. Even if you go into the supermarkets, I know down in Atlanta now you can buy milk that has algae in it because of the benefits that are coming with the antioxidants and the protein. So yeah, so we're building health bars. We do have a couple of people who said they could probably live on algae and nothing else. I'd suggest they have a more balanced diet. I learned that from my wife. So it's good to have a balanced diet, but algae can provide almost everything you need.
Excellent. And speaking of your wife, it's your 36th anniversary today. Exciting.
It certainly is. Miracles still happen.
It's wonderful.
Yeah,
well,
thank you.
congratulations on that. And Malcolm, what does the algae taste like?
People have asked us if we can add flavouring to it. We prefer not to. Mm-hmm. Obviously, where we have the high EPA or DHA content, which is the fishy oils, it does taste a little bit fishy. But obviously when it's mixed in with, say, a health bar with nuts and other ingredients, that diminishes. Right. And we can produce other algae where we take that fishy taste out of it. Mm-hmm. But it's funny, people people don't seem to think they're getting the benefit, but it doesn't have a little fishy taste, you know, particularly when they're looking for the fishy oils and the omegas.
And Malcolm, how is Algae Tech helping other industries create more sustainable practices?
Because we're able to use our technology, we will use a piece of land that's 10 times smaller than an open pond. That makes it more sustainable. We don't compete with other foods, okay, so we're not replacing a banana crop or a corn crop with an algae pond. We are sequestering CO2 from dirty plants. We have a demonstration plant at the moment just being finished with India's largest private group on a large refining plant that they have, and that will produce the biofuels. And when you take our technology then across into other naturally derived plants such as hemp, and you use our proprietary lighting system, we reduce electricity costs by 65%. Because we don't create the heat, we don't need the same mechanisms to shift because our lights will change frequency with the stage that the plant is at in its growing process. So we're very excited about being able to provide security for, I think as I said before, both fuel and food going forward, and allowing that technology to be licensed into other industries.
And you're already expanding around the globe, so what's next for Algae Tech?
We are. I guess the next thing is another cliche, it's consolidation, but we have our algae products now going into agriculture, aquaculture and to nutraceuticals. We are about to be issued a licence in Australia for research and development on medicinal cannabis, and we have access to hemp cultivars on every continent around the world, and some of the most genetic of those. So we'll be expanding our research and development, we will be expanding our production with some of the strategic partnerships we have in place and are currently negotiating. So we're very excited about the next 12 months, and then from that probably the next 10 years.
What we're in right now is we're in an algae production plant. What we do here is we take our algae from the lab, grow it up in a process, and bring it out here to full production. So what we're after here is the full capacity. So we'll take our product, we'll separate it from the water, and then we'll use that product in products. So that's aquaculture, nutraceuticals, and any other product that we build. As you can see, the unit is self-closed, self-contained. We monitor any atmospheric air. Anything that goes in this system is monitored. So we prevent contaminations. Like a pond, you have ambient air, you have outside temperatures. We mitigate any of that system. So our units can be controlled temperature-wise. Our system can be controlled atmospheric. So we control air and CO2 goes into that system.
Malcolm, it sounds like Algae Tech is truly driving change in how the world goes green. Congratulations, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. I'm Kathy Ireland.